Good evening, everyone. If I could have your attention, please. Good evening, everyone. If I could have your attention, please. Good evening, everyone. If I can have your attention, please. We'd like to get the evening program started. You're welcome to continue eating the first course, but if I could just have your attention for the first part of our program. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. I know it was quite an effort to get here. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Marky and Fetishak, president of Walking Mountains, and we are so delighted to have you here this evening. And I do want to apologize because I caused the power outage. When I turned on the hair dryer, suddenly the power went out through the whole campus, and then I found out the rest of the valley. So my apologies. And let's just give a huge cheer for the rain. I'll share with you that our Senior Director of Sustainability, Melissa Keir, has been evacuated from her home in Leadville, although now she's apparently back in. So let's just keep Leadville in our thoughts and prayers. We have a lot of our community that work here that live there. And so I know it took a lot of effort for you to get here this evening. As we know, there are individuals where it was even harder to get here. So I just wanted to say that. I do hope you enjoyed the cocktail hour, of course, the rain and the online auction. I will let you know the online auction, if you're not able to get on, of course, our Wi-Fi and power is down. Some people are getting through to the online auction, but it goes until 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So we're going to ask you to keep checking. We do know the power will eventually come back on. And I keep being asked, well, why do we have power in this tent? Were you so smart that you had a backup generator? We always have a generator in this tent because we can't just plug into the wall and power the whole tent. So at any rate, we're lucky that we have that generator that's giving us power right now. And, you know, for some reason the power goes out when I'm talking, well, then good for you. You'll just have a better evening. So this is an exciting and special evening, and if you could just bring the conversation down, I'm really good at getting your attention. So I'm going to keep doing that. Please feel free to eat, but bring the conversation down, if you will, at your table. We're going to be up here for maybe 10 minutes. You'll hear from me and Kim, and then you'll have plenty of time for conversation when we're done. So it is a really exciting and special evening as we celebrate the anniversary of the Avon Tang Campus. And the theme for this evening is Ripples of Lasting Impact. And we can't think of a better theme to highlight our mission to awaken a sense of wonder and inspire environmental stewardship and sustainability through natural science education. Well, if our mission got an applause, it'll be a great night. So I am going to ask you to hold your applause for the lead sponsors who have given so generously this evening. And you'll see their names on the screens here as well. The dinner champions, the Borgen family, dinner sponsors, Kelly and Sam Bronfman, Susan and Harry Frampton, and Ann Smead and Michael Byram. Dinner chairs, Penny and Bill George and the George Family Foundation, Jenny and Flip Merritz, and David Smith. Lead corporate sponsor, who are here with a couple of tables, Alpine Bank. 15th, hold your applause. 15th anniversary panel sponsors, Amanda and Paul Mayberry. Our wine sponsors, Foley Family Wines and Spirits, Ferrari Carano Vineyards and Winery. And special thanks to Footers Catering for their sponsorship this evening. We have many more generous sponsors who helped underwrite this evening, and I hope you will look at the screens as well as your program to see this wonderful list. Now give them a round of applause. All right, that was awesome. So with the same enthusiasm, I want to recognize our awesome and stellar A Taste of Nature Gala Committee. They invested countless hours. Their names are on the screens, and I'd love for the Gala Committee to stand so that we can recognize you. Gala Committee members, yay! The volunteers on our development committee have generously given of their time and support to make this evening a success. I want to thank them as well. I'd also like to recognize our incredible board of directors, and special thanks to our board chair, Mike Brown, regional president of Alpine Bank, and our vice chair and treasurer, Adam Quinton. And now I'm asking all of our board members to stand so that we can recognize you. All of our board members, please stand. And finally, I'd like to recognize our staff team who worked so hard to put this event together and who work hard every day to fulfill our mission. We're most grateful to all of our staff members. Let's show them our appreciation. And equally important, they're the ones that put the little LED candles that lead you to the bathrooms tonight. So we're grateful for that. We've gone to great lengths to make this evening as sustainable as possible. While we're highlighting the ripple effect of this campus, due to the severe drought we are experiencing, we are reducing the use of water as seen in the unique centerpieces on the tables. And we've not pre-poured your water glasses, though we still encourage you to stay hydrated, especially with the dinner wines from all sustainable vineyards. We've also implemented thorough recycling and composting measures with our caterer and our own zero waste team. And if I could have your attention, if you can keep the conversation down a little bit, that would be so lovely. Thank you. As is so obvious from this past winter and this summer, Walking Mountain's mission has never been more important than it is today. When we protect and steward nature, we protect and steward the health and wellness of our community and all of humanity. We live in this valley because of the beauty of the environment and the lifestyle we are so blessed to enjoy. Walking Mountain's educational programs and sustainability initiatives engage our local school children, families, adults, visitors, and residents alike in learning about this special place in order to preserve it for generations to come. Since we opened the doors of the Tang Campus in 2011, Walking Mountains has grown and expanded its mission and program delivery exponentially. Here are just a few impressive highlights, also referenced in the 15th anniversary panels in the events meadow. The catalyst for this campus was the gift of land from Oscar Tang and the Tang family. The success of the first campaign allowed us to open the first three buildings, the Precourt Mountain Discovery Center, the Frechette Field Studies Base Camp, and the George Meadow Learning Studio. Within 5 years, 5 short years, the demand for our programs exceeded expectations, and we were at capacity. Due to the success of the next campaign initiated in 2016, we were able to open the Borgen Precourt Center for Sustainability, Pete and Pat Frechette Educator Community Housing, then our second campus location, the Precourt Family Sweetwater Campus, that includes the George Family Education Center and the Dowdle Family Community Room. These facilities and 2 campuses and the demand for our programs have brought about exponential growth. In fact, in the last 15 years, we've served over 2.5 million total program participants thanks to our many educational partnerships. 45 of our educators have participated in the 2-year fully graduate fellowship, earning their master's degree in science education through the University of Northern Colorado. They live here on campus and teach our youth programs during their tenure. In the last 15 years, over 277 naturalists and sustainability interns have worked here, and along with the graduate fellows, have rippled their impact throughout the country to various organizations as leaders and change makers. Exploremos has offered more than 819 bilingual programs in the outdoors to over 11,000 participants, providing transformative opportunities to connect to nature and become lifelong environmental stewards. Over 5,000 homeowners and businesses, including my home and Sue's home, have taken advantage of home energy audits and energy upgrade projects through our Energy Programs Department, saving over $2.5 million in annual utility costs. The reduction in greenhouse gas emissions is equivalent to over 3,000 vehicles driven per year. Pretty cool, huh? And most importantly, the roots of this organization are in educating children. In partnership with Eagle County Public and Private Schools, over 87,000 students have participated in full-day field science programs, most of them for free. And now I'd like to welcome our founder, Kim Langmaid, onto the stage. Kim and I have had the pleasure of working together for the past 22 years, and we are both in awe of all that Walking Mountains Campus has accomplished since the Tang Campus opened. Kim.
Thank you, everyone. It's so great to see so many familiar faces out there. And I just want to share a few reflections. It's astonishing to hear that Walking Mountains has served over 2.5 million people in the past 15 years. It's mind-blowing to me. And when I started this organization in the 90s, I had a few models in mind. The Keystone Science Center, Teton Science Schools, of course, where I got my graduate degree, and the Aspen Center for Environmental Studies. They were all remarkable to me. But I bet that 3 of them combined have not served 2.5 million people in the last 15 years. There's no way. The growth, and as Markian said, the ripple effects of Walking Mountains have far exceeded those original expectations. Who knew that a startup check of $500 from my savings account almost 30 years ago would be scaled up so many times over into the tremendous educational institution that we have here today? I'm especially grateful to all of those early donors and risk takers, and you know who you are out there. I see a few of you who bought into that vision of serving every child in the Eagle Valley and making sure that all kids growing up here connect with nature, and we educate them about the wonders of our beautiful mountain environment, that we nurture their knowledge and understanding of natural science, and also their sense of appreciation, love, and reciprocity for this valley and beyond throughout their lifetimes. With so much at stake these days, the importance of Walking Mountains' mission is greater than ever, and we need more educated, curious, and ambitious young people to help us create solutions and think differently about our future. Walking Mountains has risen to the challenge and must continue with its ripple effects, generating new inspirations, making waves, and charting an ambitious course for their learning adventures ahead. Reflecting on all that Walking Mountains has accomplished, I want to thank all of the families and the individuals, the businesses, and community partners who have made the first 15 years on this campus such an incredible success, especially those who participated in the first 2 capital campaigns to build our campus. Your generosity has been crucial to Walking Mountains' expanding impact. Let's give everyone a hand who participated in this. This truly comes from the heart. Now, over the years, we've gathered a lot of quantitative data about the measurable impact of Walking Mountains youth programs. But for me, some of the most rewarding feedback can be anecdotal. It comes from parents or grandparents or even former students when I bump into them at the grocery store or the supermarket, and they tell me about maybe choosing a path in college or grad school or a career to create environmental solutions or whatever it was that inspired them at Walking Mountains. And tonight, we're going to share one of those stories with you that demonstrates the experience of so many students who have been through here. So please give our video a moment of your attention for this special story.
I don't remember my very first day here. I was only like 2. But I grew up here, season after season, year after year.
Emily! How are you?
I've seen this place covered in snow, where everything feels quiet and hidden, and I've seen it come alive in the spring, when the water starts moving again and everything wakes up. In the summer, we follow trails, turn over rocks, search for fossils, and just look closer. And in the fall, the whole valley changes color like it's reminding us that nothing stays the same. When I was little, nature felt big, sometimes confusing, even a little scary. But here, I learned how to understand it. The educators showed us how to explore, how to ask questions, how to look closer. They made the outdoors feel not scary, but exciting, like a place I belong. We did not just learn about animals and plants. We learned about recycling and energy and how the choices we make every day affect the world around us. We learned that even small actions can make a big difference. The more I came here, the more I started to see things differently. Not just what's out there, but what I could be. A scientist. Actually, I want to be a paleontologist. A leader. Someone who takes care of this place. And it's not just me. For 15 years, this place has been opening doors for all kids across this valley. Thousands of us. Kids who now see the world differently, just like I do. I wonder who will come here next, who will discover something for the first time, who will fall in love with nature, who will realize they belong here. The next generation, learning how to take care of this place and this planet. 15 years ago, this campus started something. It created a ripple that's still growing. I'm just one part of that story. What could it become in the next 15 years?
Let's build the future together.
Let's build the future together.
What a beautiful story. Please enjoy your dinner, and we'll be back with the rest of our program shortly. May I have your attention, please? If I could have your attention, please. May I have your attention, please? Thank you, everyone, for your undivided attention. I'm a patient person. Thank you all for your undivided attention. We're going to move forward with our program, so if I can have your... I promise you're going to hear speakers that are way better than me coming up next, so I really do need your undivided attention. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed your dinner and the conversation. And wasn't that a wonderful video before dinner? Everly's story having grown up here. So many families have similar stories of the positive impact of this campus, the positive impact that it's had on children and families. Walking Mountains has been successful over these 15 years and will continue to be successful for the next 15 years and beyond due to the generosity of your support. So shortly, this is where we're going to ask for your support. But before, I just want to highlight how important that support is. It allows us to provide our educational programs throughout the year. And to learn more about these experiences, I would like to introduce 3 incredible individuals who will share their stories about their time here at Walking Mountains. And please, these young people have worked so hard to be here. Please give them your undivided attention. You can razz me and disrespect me, but not these awesome young people. We're going to welcome them up onto the stage.
Oh, amazing. Deep for and
Hi, my name is Sage Bailey. I am going to be in 6th grade at Gypsum Creek Middle School. I love nature. I can spend hours exploring, observing, and just being in the woods. Nature is so important to a healthy planet. Watching how the plants change with the seasons gives me so much to think about. We live in the middle of a big wilderness destination. We need to protect it while we can enjoy it. Girls in Science has given me a community of people who share my love of nature. One of my favorite things to do is look at other people's projects at the science fair. There are so many different ways of looking at problems. It's exciting to see, and everyone has such creative and interesting solutions. At home, we can compost and recycle. At school, I love the green projects we do. I just wish there were more opportunities to share them. My ripples include community and learning.
Hello, my name is Ava Mulholland Bruick, and I will be a junior at Eagle Valley High School next fall. I find peace in nature. It fosters my curiosity. Learning little facts leads to in-depth study, just as small acts as an individual lead to larger effects with the Eagle Valley High School's Green Team. Then, larger impact with conservation organizations like Walking Mountains and the Eagle Valley Land Trust, leading to larger reach at the regional and state levels with the ultimate goal of global impact. It's empowering to find that these small acts we do to protect the planet can have meaningful influence. I grew up in Eagle County, and I have had the privilege of being surrounded by this beauty, this nature, this amazing place. And that is why it's so important to me to share that wonder and encourage others to protect it. At times, it may feel like a losing battle, but it's a battle worth fighting for, and we all can contribute. Every time we make a good choice for the environment, we are all making a change. My ripples include sharing with my peers and appreciating that small acts can lead to big changes. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Katie Geraci, and I am a teacher at the Vail Ski and Snowboard Academy. As a graduate fellow at Walking Mountains, I focused a lot of my efforts on educating students about the environment and climate change in hopeful, positive, collaborative ways. I created a high school camp called Envisioning Sustainable Futures, which became the curriculum we used for the Green Team Hut trip that year. The visions these high schoolers dreamed up were beautiful. They talked about fair pay, access to clean drinking water, being neighborly, prioritizing mental health, learning from Indigenous knowledge, creating more walkable community spaces, appreciating beauty, supporting those in need, and so much more. I want to thank all of you for showing up tonight to support Walking Mountains. And I also want to ask you, what would it look like if we got it right? What do you each value and hope for when you think about the future? What does your dream community look like? I'd like to call on you to think about how you can use your specific skills, talents, and interests to make this community a healthy, just, connected, and climate-resilient place to live. My ripples include inspiring youth of all ages and learning from them. Thank you.
All right, give yourself a round of applause for your generosity tonight. Thank you all so much for your generous support. I know you're all really competitive, so if you want to hear how much we've raised approximately, just listen up. Just listen up. So this is again, silent auction closes at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, so bid like crazy. And all I can say is $3,500 for a guided backcountry hike with me and Riley, that's a bargain. So our total right now is $934,000. Thank you so much for your generosity. And I hope you enjoyed the evening. If you get home and there's no power, just come on back. And the goal is $1 million. So please, just bid on that silent auction, or just come and make a donation to help us go over the top. So we are having an after party, so join us. We do have enough power in the Frechette Field Studies Base Camp. The Riverfront Ramblers will be playing there, so hang out here if you'd like. I'm not sure why people left early. They don't have power at home probably anyways. But thank you so much for your generosity, and have an awesome, wonderful evening.